favorite part of the truck is the wheels. So if you guys are wondering, these are TIS Offroad 22 by 12 with wrapped in 305, 45, 22 Nitto 420s. This is a street tire, and I chose this tire for two reasons. First reason is I love the tread pattern. It's got a really cool tread pattern on it. I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera, but it makes it look really cool when you're going on the road, and obviously when it's parked. Another reason, and honestly the main reason why I went with the street tire look, is not only the look I like, but the drivability. This truck drives just like it did when it came off the lot. It doesn't hum, it doesn't, you don't feel it, weaving in between lanes or wanting to change lanes on you because there's big meats on it that, pull you into the next lane. These tires ride so smooth, and like I said, I had them on my 4th gen, and I'm just very impressed with them. So I went ahead and put them on the 5th gen, and I went up to a 22, and they do make the tire in a 22. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run these again because I had such good luck with them on my 4th gen with the 20s. And I gotta say, I have 3,000 miles on this setup, like I said, and they absolutely ride, and the ride quality is perfect. It literally feels like a stock truck when you're driving it down the road. Even with the 12 wides, you really don't feel the wide wheel with the street tire and the Nitto 420. Now I know there's a lot of different other tires you can get, to fit this wheel. Like a Toyo makes a nice tire, but I just really like the tread pattern on the Nitto. And since I have experience with this tire and I've used them on my other truck, I do, that's why I chose the Nitto. And they're a little bit cheaper than most street tires for this size. So I recommend this setup. I know a lot of guys on the forums have ordered this exact setup after I posted the truck on there because, they wanted something that is tried and true and they know is gonna, drive smooth and not take away any drivability of the truck and, just, look good on there. So those are the wheels. I will also put in the description below what exactly they are with the bolt pattern, and if you want to order up the exact same set, I'll let you know where to get them from and go from there. But yeah, 22 by 12 TIS Offroad, 544 BM is the model number on them, and BM stands for black milled because they're a gloss black finish with milled around the edges here, and then obviously it says TIS Offroad around the lip. Now, I know that's kind of contradicting itself, off-road with street tires, but honestly, I really like the look of these wheels, and that's why I chose them. I didn't choose them because it said TIS Off-Road. I chose them because I didn't see any 5th gens with this wheel setup. Now, I know I was one of the first ones to put these wheels on a 5th gen, but I'm very happy with how they turned out. So, that's that. So just to show you guys how deep the dish is here, or the lip of the wheel is, I'm going to use this $20 bill and set it across here so you can tell how wide or how deep the lip is. So it's almost as wide as a $20 bill, and like I said, this edge here all the way against the back of the rim to the lip, you have just a little bit hanging off there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just a little bit hanging off. So it's almost the width of a dollar bill. So that gives you a better understanding on how wide these wheels are. Also, it's kind of hard to tell, but for lug nuts, they're underneath this cover here, and on the cover itself, there's plastic spikes. Now, you don't have to run these, but I ran them because I like the way the spikes look. They're black, they're gloss black, so it's hard to tell, but there are spikes there attached to this cap. The actual lugs are behind this cap. So they are hidden lugs, but they do have plastic spikes, as in like spiked lug nuts, to give it that extra, touch. And I really like the way they look. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera. Maybe you can see there a little bit, but it's definitely hard to tell on the camera, but they do look cool in person. So on my previous 4th gen, I had a 2.5-inch leveling kit in the front with 20 by 12 Moto metals, and with the Nitto 420 tires like I have on this. And I really liked the way that truck looked. It rode smooth. You didn't hear the tire noise when you're driving down the paved road. It drove nice, it drove straight. It was just a really good setup, and it made the truck, 100% level, if not a little bit higher in the front, which I kind of like that look a little bit better. So that's why I went with a 2.5 on the 4th gen. Now, when I got the 5th gen and I was searching for leveling kits, there was no company out there at the time. I was, one of the first ones to get one of these 5th gens, and there was no companies out there at the time that offered a 2.5-inch leveling kit for the 5th gen. And I'm like, man, what could be so different on the 5th gen up front in the suspension components that is, what's so different from the 4th gen? So what I did was, me and my buddy, we went ahead and ordered up the same kit I had on my 4th gen truck, which was a 2.5-inch MotoFab leveling kit, which many of you saw in my last Ram video or update video, my install video on that. So yes, I'm running a 2.5-inch MotoFab leveling kit just in the front, just the strut spacers. And if you want, go back couple videos and you'll see my install video on it, and I went into depth on what you have to do to install a 2.5-inch leveling kit on a 5th gen Ram without air suspension. I must say, without air suspension. This kit does not work on trucks with air suspension. I have 3,000 miles on this setup and I have no complaints whatsoever. It drives straight. After I got the leveling kit, after I installed the leveling kit, I went and got a alignment. And I also made a video on that. And after I did that, the truck drove straight down the road, the steering wheel straight, everything. The truck drives like it did when I first pulled it off the lot. I mean, everything feels like factory. Now, you're gonna get that one picky guy that is like, oh, it rides a little rough in the front end, or if I hit a bump, or if I go over railroad tracks, or if I do this or do that, it's just rough in the front. It doesn't feel like factory. Well, I mean, you're putting a 2.5-inch spacer in the strut, so you're not getting as much travel there. So yes, it's not as smooth, I guess you could say, or perfectly, stock feeling, but I mean, to the average guy, you're not going to notice a difference. And I'm very picky with that kind of stuff. I don't like my stuff janky or loose or, not feeling tight and right. So, I'm telling you right now that I have no issues with it, and I'm also telling you that you can put a 4th gen leveling kit on a 5th gen with no issues. And I don't know why the manufacturers say that none of the 4th gen leveling kits will work with 5th gens, because they definitely do. And I am here to show you that it did work. And like I said, go back a few videos and you'll see my upload with the install video on the leveling kit itself. Alright guys, so that completes today's video. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you browse through my channel, check out the different videos I have, and I look forward to seeing you guys next video. Peace!